After June 1967, over 600,000 Arabs living in the West Bank were brought under Israeli military authority. In response, the United Nations passed Resolution 242, which labeled the Israeli presence in the recently captured territories an occupation. Resolution 242 called on Israel to return territory that it acquired in the 1967 war in exchange for Arab recognition of Israel's right to secure borders and to a peaceful existence. After the Arab states rejected Israel's offer to return the Sinai Peninsula and the Golan Heights in exchange for peace, Israel took the position that it could not realistically return all the territory it had captured in 1967 and still be able to defend itself against hostile neighbors whose aim was to destroy it. According to the pre-1967 lines, Israel was a strip of territory between the West Bank and the Mediterranean Sea that was nowhere more than 80 miles across and only 9 miles wide at its narrowest point. Holding on to the territory of the West Bank and the Gaza Strip addressed important security concerns for Israel, but it created other problems. Hundreds of thousands of Arab inhabitants who didn't want to be governed by Israel now found themselves under Israeli military administration. Resolution 242 attempted to solve the challenges created by the 1967 war. To this day, the resolution is a cornerstone of the international community's diplomatic efforts in the Middle East. Israel, Egypt, and Jordan accepted Resolution 242, but their interpretations of it are different. Those different interpretations are our next hot topic. Israel has taken Resolution 242 to mean that they did not have to withdraw from all the territories captured in the 1967 war. And Israel maintained that withdrawal would only take place after a direct negotiation process between itself and the Arab states to determine, quote, secure and recognize boundaries in a signed peace treaty. In other words, any settlement would have to involve official Arab recognition of the State of Israel. Such recognition has been a key requirement by Israel in every peace initiative to date. The Arabs took Resolution 242 to mean that Israel had first to withdraw from all the territories captured in 1967 before negotiations could begin. Many Arab leaders, supported by members of the international community, blame Israel's refusal to withdraw from all the territories for the fact that there is no peace in the region today. Israeli leaders disagree and point out that before the 1967 war, the Sinai, the Gaza Strip, the West Bank, the Golan Heights, and East Jerusalem were all in Arab possession, yet there was still no peace between them and the Arab states. Israel's control of territories captured in 1967 is not the only source of conflict in the region, but it is a factor in Arab-Israeli relations. Some jurists argue that the Jewish people received prospective rights to self-determination and title to the land now called the West Bank under the Mandate for Palestine. They claim that under the Mandate system, the Arab people received their rights to self-determination and title in Syria, Lebanon, Iraq, and Jordan. And they point out that Article 80 of the United Nations Charter obligates the UN to uphold the decisions made in this regard by its predecessor organization, the League of Nations. They also point out that no other state was sovereign over the territory when Israel captured it in 1967 from Jordan, who captured it in 1948. Other jurists maintain that the Palestinian Arabs are entitled to the right to self-determination in their own state, just as other Arabs received in the region. These jurists argue that the Jewish leaders' acceptance of the UN partition plan in 1947 means that Israel relinquished its rights to the West Bank and that the territory is illegally occupied by them. The key question is whether Israel has sovereign title over the West Bank according to international law. On this question, jurists disagree. But for the Arab states in 1967, there was no question. As far as they were concerned, the Mandate for Palestine and Israel's existence in general were and always had been illegitimate, and no Arab state should recognize or make peace with a Jewish state or negotiate with its leaders. That, however, was about to change. If
If you would like to explore more hot topics, our companion book is available at major online booksellers. You can also support the production of future For Critical Thinkers videos or download complimentary resources for teachers by visiting forcriticalthinkers.com.